Okay, so G5, right? Sentence fragments. Why do we need to learn it? Two reasons. Okay, number one, because in college, when you write your essay to get into college, you're going to look if you make these type of grammar errors. Also, for sentence fragments, it improves your communication when you cut away and fix your sentence fragments. Okay, so those are two reasons. Number one, again, colleges look for it. Even when you apply for a job, they'll look at your writing skills. And secondly, it improves your communication. Right? A fragment is a piece of a whole. Right? If you take something, you break a piece of off of that thing like a chair, or you have a fragment of it. Right? It's not the whole thing. So a sentence fragment is only a part of a sentence. Right? And so what we're going to do today is, number one, we're going to identify what the sentence fragment is, and then number two, we're going to know how to fix that sentence fragment. Okay? So we're going to know the definition of a sentence fragment, and then we're going to fix a sentence that has, or just see an example of a sentence that has a fragment in it. Okay, so it reads, right? Fragments are word groups that cannot stand alone. Or in other words, they're incomplete. Most frequently, these word groups cannot stand alone because they lack either a subject, or they could lack a verb, or, here's the last one, they begin with a subordinating conjunction, which is in a WUBIS word. Okay, so a lot of elementary students will make fragments because they don't have a subject or they don't have a verb, but you guys don't normally make that mistake. When we make fragments, it's because you make an adverb clause and you don't attach the adverb clause to the rest of the sentence. So let me read on. Fix sentence fragments by attaching them to a nearby related sentence. That's the first way to fix it. Or by turning them, the fragment, into its own sentence. So let's look at the example. The starving settlers were unable to survive the winter, period, because Native Americans brought them corn and deer meat. So if you look at that adverb clause, because Native Americans brought them corn and deer meat, that is a fragment. We need to fix that fragment. The first way is to attach it to the first sentence. So let's look at the first solution. The starving settlers were able to survive the winter because Native Americans brought them corn and deer meat. Notice the adverb clause is now attached to the first sentence. There's no comma when the adverb clause is at the end of the sentence. The second solution is to make the adverb clause its own sentence. Right? So here we read, the settlers were able to survive the winter, period. Because Native Americans brought corn and deer meat, comma, here's the rest of the sentence, the settlers learned to plant new crops and eat new foods. So what we see here, right, is when you come across an adverb clause that's by itself, we need to fix that fragment. You could either attach it to a complete sentence or make it its own complete sentence.